Oh, honey, the UFC world is absolutely shaking. We have drama, we have sass, and yes, we have grown men throwing tantrums over M&Ms. Buckle up, because this story is juicier than a title fight in Vegas. So picture this, leading up to UFC 315, Ian Garry was the backup fighter for the explosive Jack vs. Belal Muhammad match. But here's where things go full-on soap opera. Ian had his adorable little son feeding Jack him, and not just a casual handful here and there, he literally had this child strategically handing out Jack's favorite candy, on the scale, near the locker room, everywhere. All of this, apparently, in the hopes of getting Jack to miss weight. Like, who knew candy could become a tactical weapon in the octagon? And don't you worry, Jack Della Maddala definitely noticed. At the pre-fight presser, he clapped back, and it was frosty.
Having a very vocal backup opponent, and has it been distracting? Were you tempted by the M&Ms at all?
I don't think that's actually Ian's son. And I don't like M&Ms.
Ian Garry was not having it. He was quick to respond to the backlash, and let me tell you, he did not hold back. He called Jack's reaction immature and then came in swinging with a verbal beatdown. He said, and I quote, "In his last 4 fights, Jack has had 1 finish, and he's telling me to hit the gym? Babe, please." He went on to say, "Belal ain't even close to the striker I am. I'll bend his nose backward. And that coach of his? Stay out of this. The M&M thing was just a bit of fun, a playful joke. My son was laughing, I was laughing. It was lighthearted." Apparently, Tony caught wind of Israelia Adesanya training with the legendary David Goggins, and let's just say Tony felt a little triggered. After all, he also trained with Goggins for his fight against Paddy Pimblett, and just like Izzy puked. Yes, Goggins works them that hard. Now,
Izzy, he has him puking too. Oh yeah, it's good, man. I think every fighter should go through that shit. Maybe not a whole week, but damn, at least a session. By the way, that week for Chief Goggins, light work, coach, light work.
Slide into some serious betting drama courtesy of Chael Sonnen. Chael was shocked, and we mean jaws on the floor shocked, when he found out Ilia Topuria was sitting at a 370 favorite over Charles Oliveira. Like, excuse me? This ain't some rookie versus vet situation. We're talking about one of the most unpredictable matchups on the roster, and the odds were that lopsided. And now for a little golf. UFC style. John Anik spilled some steaming hot tea on the Anik and Florian podcast.
370 favorite Topuria is to beat Charles Do Bronx Oliver.
What?
Minus 370.
That is insane. That is not right.
Could be the world champion that defended 3 times, has more submissions than anyone in UFC history, and he's a minus 3.
According to him, Justin Gaethje was big mad after finding out Ilia was getting the next title shot against Charles Oliveira. Gaethje apparently went on a 180-day golf bender after getting knocked out by Max Holloway, and has been perfecting his swing ever since. But trust, that golf club ain't helping him shake the fury he feels about being passed over. He said, "This is the fight to bring me back to the top. Holland is no joke. He's been in the middleweight and welterweight rankings. He's got fans, he's got hype. But me, I've been waiting. And I'm not waiting anymore." But the comebacks don't stop there. Let's pivot to the Sugar Show. Sean O'Malley's coach Tim Welch recently opened up about Sean's loss to Merab Dvalishvili. And guess what? They're not devastated. They're energized. Tim said the loss was meant to happen. According to him, their whole team has leveled up since the defeat and are coming back sharper, tougher, and ready to bring chaos in the rematch. And with UFC 316 right around the corner, everyone's eyes are on Sean.
Back from a physical, health standpoint, and also just skills standpoint, was he really equipped to beat Merab at the Sphere?
I mean, he's such a sniper. He's such a sniper, and if you make the wrong decision, if you make one mistake against him, he's gonna put your lights out, and he's gonna put one on the dot. So I just think it was meant to happen. I've rewatched that fight so many times. I rewatched the fight in slow-mo so many times. There was tons and tons of shots that barely missed by inches that would have completely changed the fight. And I think a lot of it had to do, I mean, with the Sphere and the lighting, and then not only injury. I just feel like in our lives that was supposed to happen. It really, really caused us to truly just level up as humans. And it was, looking back, it was good, really good for us.
Okay, let's talk about Magomed Ankalaev now, because he is not happy. He recently said that both Alex Pereira and Jiri Prochazka turned down fights against him, and when Michael Bisping heard that, he didn't totally blame them. And yes,
I don't blame Jiri Prochazka, and I don't blame Pereira, to be honest. I mean, it wasn't short notice. This was a couple of weeks ago now. 317's about 5 weeks away, so it still would have been, essentially a full camp. But regardless, Prochazka, he just lost. He's been lost to Pereira twice. If he was to get another title fight, getting a third title shot, is that 3 or 4? Because he's been the champ. If he loses that one again, he ain't gonna get another one. So I don't blame him. Certainly Ankalaev, being gigantic, the size that he is, and with the style that he has, I don't blame.
he's back. Ian Gary popped up again this week on the Ariel Helwani show, and this time he had some choice words about Shavkat Rakhmonov. Despite losing to Shavkat back in December in a unanimous decision, Ian still doesn't think Shavkat deserves a title shot. Ian basically said, just because someone beats me doesn't mean they're ready for the belt. Bold, right? He doubled down on the idea that Shavkat still has more proving to do. And let's be real, that kind of confidence, even after a loss, it's giving villain energy in the best way possible.
When you look at the welterweight division right now and the way the welterweight division has evolved, I'd argue it's the most exciting it's ever been right now.
100%. Couldn't agree more.
When you look at sheer depth of talent and youth and the passing of the torch from the young to the old, like from the old to the young in the division, it's arguably the most exciting the division's ever been. And you look at the names, like you look at people under 30 in that division that are just on a tear. You've got Shavkat, you've got Jack, you've got me, you've got Moraes, you've got loads of us that are just young and hungry and have stuff to prove. And that's exciting. When you've got that energy mixed with sheer talent, that's impressive. So the division is at a very good place. And I feel like when you've got guys fighting, I think Buckley's going to run through Kamaru Usman. There's another guy. I believe I've already shown on the drop of a dime that I'm one of the best in the world against anyone. I was there for the backup, and then the UFC know how game I am. Do you know what I mean? And then you've got Sean Brady, who just come off a win against Leon. All of us are right there on that cusp, right? Mm-hmm. I don't believe Shavkat should just come back and get that, especially if all of us fight again.
Yes, multiple times.
But
and then we have Sean Strickland stirring the pot as usual. Sean said he was ready to fight Ranier Derrida before RDR got scooped up by Robert Whittaker. Fascinating, the UFC offered Sean a fight against Caio Bahaio, and guess what? Both guys turned it down. Footage leaked online showing none other than John Jones FaceTiming with an old buddy and saying he's done fighting, like retired, down, finished. Cue the collective gasp from the MMA community.
How are you, bro?
Everything is fine, my friend.
You doing good, my man?
I'm excited to see you, bro. But you're still active. 10 years left, but you're still active.
He said you got 10 years left, but you're still active.
Oh, yeah, I'm done.
He got a little girl, he's like,
But don't count him out just yet. The very next day, John reposted that video to his IG story and used it to taunt Tom Aspinall. Petty? Iconic? Maybe both? Someone even commented, bro really wasted Tom's prime like that. No respect at all. And John? Oh, he replied with just 2 words. Cry more. And now, Tom Aspinall is ready to throw hands. He says he would knock out Alex Pereira flat. No hesitation. The disrespect John threw only fired him up more.
The big thing is, do I think I would beat Alex Pereira? I think I could beat anybody. If I hit anybody, I think I can knock him out. So we've not seen him at heavyweight, is the answer. He obviously lost his last fight. He's got a lot to do. Back down at light heavy, so we'll see how it goes, but the answer.
So now, with John Jones clowning on social media and Tom Aspinall not backing down, the tension in the heavyweight division is absolutely unreal. Tom is out here making it loud and clear. He's not just willing to fight John, he's confident he could knock out Alex Pereira too. Let's be real, Alex Potan Pereira is no joke. The guy has granite fists, a stone-cold stare, and a highlight reel that would make most grown men weep. But Tom, he's not blinking. he's stepping forward like, I can take this guy, I can put him down. It's the kind of bold energy we live for in this sport. So after turning down Kaya Bahayo because of the whole I know his wife and family thing, sweet, sure, but also weirdly wholesome, Sean's not done dishing out hot takes. He jumped into the Dricus Duplessis versus Hamzat Chimaev combo and dropped some wild predictions. According to Sean, Dricus actually has a real shot if he can neutralize the wrestling. John's like, look, I've sparred with Chechens. If you can stop the takedowns, it ain't that hard. Bruh, the confidence. And while that matchup brews, more clips of John Jones are making the rounds. This time with him smirking and teasing fans like, maybe I'll come back, maybe I won't. Typical John, retired on Monday, king of the cage on Tuesday. You just know he's doing this to keep the spotlight swirling, and it's working. Everyone's watching, waiting, refreshing his IG stories like it's their morning paper. That's exactly what Ian's banking on. He's not here to be cute, he's not flying around trying to be famous, he's flying to fight. And when that moment comes, whether it's Jack, Bilal, or the next big contender, he swears he'll be ready. As Ian said in his own words, I'll take his belt. I don't need to say anything more, I'll walk into that cage and punch the mouth off him. WHEW. According to Bisping, the math is simple, and Kalev is terrifying, and doesn't bring the same kind of pay-per-view pizzazz that a headline name would. It's not personal, it's business, but still to fans, it looks like ducking, and that kind of narrative can be toxic in this game. And let's not forget, Magomed has been on the edge of the title picture forever now. The guy can't seem to get the respect or the big name opponents he deserves. So, when the same names keep saying, nah, I'm good, to fighting him, it's gotta sting. Meanwhile, we had Ian Gary back again, yes again, this time weighing in on whether Shavkat Rakhmonov deserves a title shot. Even though Ian literally lost to Shavkat in December, he still says, nah, he ain't ready for the belt. One thing's for sure, whether it's M&M mind games, John Jones IG trolling, or Sean Strickland's mouth running wild, this is the era of UFC drama. And we're all here for it.